Hey everybody, I just want to take a moment and kind of give a little update on life for me and my family right now. I've made for me, a pretty hard decision, but also a pretty easy one too. And after this year, or after the BFL regional I've got coming up on Watts Bar, I'm going to step away from any kind of full schedules, tournaments, and all that for a year or two, who knows how long. But the reason is like, yes, this year's been a tough year tournament wise for me. It's like I've had opportunities and blew them, or it's just I zigged where I should have zagged and just whatnot. But I find myself when I'm out there on the water on them tough days, wishing I was doing whatever Colt and Trina was out doing. Or on the good days, I'm sitting there thinking, I wish Colt was here for this. So, my mind is not where it needs to be to fish tournaments right now at the level I want to fish them at. And there's other reasons, and I'm going to go over them, like for the fact that cost. I'm not trying to say I'm at the level of an Elite Series guy or BPT or whatever, but there's an Elite Series guy this year that quit after a few tournaments because his bank account was going dry, and the cost of doing this is not going down. So, I appreciate all that have supported me, and I pray that they continue, and I also pray I get more sponsors, because what I'm going to focus on now is more on my guide business, which I want to grow and I want it to be successful. I'm also going to concentrate more on the making content side, which is like our YouTube channel, Colt's Fishing Adventures, which I'd love for everybody to check out, and the TikToks and stuff like that. That's what I want to take time to focus on. I want to take time to focus on building my business, the content side, and being a dad and a husband. And I feel like, even though fishing the BFLs or the Fishers of Men or whatever I decide what I've been fishing, it does take time away from all that. It takes time away from my business. It takes time away from Colt and Trina. It just takes time, and it takes a lot of money. And like I said, I'm not trying to say it's at the elite level, but hotels, gas, food, it all adds up. And without a lot of sponsor dollars, it's kind of hard to make it. And so, I know everybody looks at the Gerald Swindles and the Jordan Lees and all that, but there are also others like me and like some other guides and stuff that are trying to make a living and also achieve their dream of fishing on tour. And it's just a hard time right now to do it. And I pray that in a year or two things will be in a better position for me to go and try to make a run at it again, or like a Toyota Series or whatnot. I'm going to give it my all at Watts Bar to make the All-American. That right there is my current goal for the next couple weeks, is to work my butt off to make it to that. Otherwise, you're going to see us more on the social media. You're going to see more on the water stuff, more tips and tricks, and just seeing me and Colt doing our thing out here, and me, because now he's in school, and sometimes it's hard to get a six-year-old to do much on camera. So we're going to grow that stuff. So potential sponsors, hey, you'll get more exposure with me now than what you probably did when I was fishing more tournaments. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to fish any tournaments, because there's some tournaments coming up next year that are fairly big tournaments that I can get into. That'll be on like Weiss and Guntersville, two lakes that I'm on a lot. So I'm probably going to try to get into those tournaments, because I do love to compete. But I love my kid a lot more. I love my wife, a lot more. I love being a dad and a husband more than I love being in tournaments. I fished the Fishers and Men District Tournament this weekend on Pickwick, and for me, it turned into a pretty tough tournament because I was trying to do some stuff that worked in practice and tournament day, it didn't work. I should have went out and scoped, but I grinded it out when I shouldn't have. Caught a lot of fish, didn't catch much size. I had 4 keepers out of like 50 bass I caught. Caught some really big catfish. It would have been awesome to have been in an artificial bait catfish tournament. I would have blew it out of the water. And then Sunday or Saturday, Colt had been sick since Thursday, and he had not had a stomach ache really, or he hadn't thrown up since he was like 2, and he was really sick. Like, this stomach virus really took it out of him, which also took a toll on Trina. And I spoke to her that morning, and I could tell she was exhausted. So it just weighed heavy on my heart. So 12 o'clock, I called them. I was like, would y'all be disappointed in me if I just came on home? And they said no. So I was like, well, I'm coming that way. I can't focus. I couldn't focus on Friday. So I did the best I could with the focus I had. It's no secret I got ADHD, and when I can't focus, I'm toast. And I had a tough time because my heart was with Colt and Trina. It wasn't in that tournament. So the tournament didn't get the best of me, and I wasn't giving the best of me to Colt and Trina either, and I needed to make that happen. So, again, I hope I'm not letting anybody down. I really appreciate the sponsors and support I have from everybody. I'm going to continue representing to the best of my abilities, and my abilities will probably get even a lot better now, since I'll have more time to focus on the aspect of the content side and the business side of everything. So if you want to reach out to me for a potential sponsorship, I would love it. I'd really appreciate it. I'll work shows for you. I'll do whatever I got to do, because it still costs a lot to do this and play this game. So I really appreciate you all. Please check us out on Colt's Fishing Adventures on YouTube, Mark Scott Fishing on TikTok, and follow the guide business, One More Cast Pro Guide Service. Follow us on Facebook. I really appreciate it. Got plenty of room for smallmouth trips this winter on Guntersville, Nickajack, wherever you want to go. Those 2 are the ones I know the best this time of year that we can have an absolute blast on. But anyway, feel free to contact me via email, text me, just call me, whatever you want to do. But I appreciate everybody, and God bless, and y'all take care.